Okay, starting the video. Hi guys. I'm gonna talk into this camera because this is the one I'm gonna record, I think. Um, Welcome to week 6. Almost. It's Friday, so we still have a few more days left of week 5. But this is the time that I had to check in with you guys. I feel like I apologize for my appearance every week, and it never gets better. I know you guys don't really care, but this is part of my job, and I always feel like I have to look presentable, but this is what we're working with today. I really, most of the time that I'm doing these videos, it's like the time that I have when I'm at home too, so like, I just can't. I have an eyelash on, I have eyelashes on, and that's it. That's all you're getting. I can't even care right now. Anyway, so I'm just going to dive right into it because I'm a little bit late again. I said I was going to start at 12, but it's 12:30 already. I just kind of, I don't know if you guys saw my post yesterday, but I really took a break yesterday from everything. I just kind of relaxed. I had some real deep conversations with my mom and my sister, which was really cool because that never happens in my family. But it was nice to get some things rolling up here, which is kind of where I've learned some things and I want to talk. So let's dive right into You're a Badass. So this is week 3, and so you should have read, where is my chapter set up? I'm sorry, this is week 6. So you should have read for week 5, give and let give, gratitude, and then the forgive or fester. And then this week you will read loosen your bone, Wilma. It's so easy once you figure out it isn't hard, and procrastination, perfection, and a Polish beer garden. And I'm going to talk about that last one because it is something that I've been dealing with lately, and I think a lot of people do. So there are some people who are just like prone to procrastination. That's me. I leave everything to the last minute. That's just how I do. I'm always that person. But when you unpack that and you kind of ask yourself, why is it that you're leaving everything to the last minute, you kind of get to the heart of those kinds of things. And for me, I'm a perfectionist, and if it doesn't happen perfect, I may as well not even do it. All those kinds of things. And also because I'm a perfectionist, the thought of getting to the task and it being so perfect is just like this mountain that is like, I'm already exhausted before I even start. I'm like, wow, like I can't even climb that today. So those are all things that once you like become aware of those things, you're like, okay, does it need to be this perfect? Is it serving me in any way to set myself up for that kind of like anxiety around something so huge and making it a huge thing when I can just start small. Her first quote is, in order to kick ass, you must first lift up your foot. So like I talked about this actually yesterday with my sister. One of those things, it's like the goal of whatever you're trying to achieve is kind of this mountain, and you're sitting at the bottom of the mountain and you're looking at it like, I'm never going to get up there. Like it's just insane to even think about getting up to the top of that mountain, but you actually never will if you just keep sitting there. And if you take a step and another step and another step, eventually one day you will get up there, and maybe you'll fall. Maybe you'll move backwards in some way, but you learn from those things. You fell into a pothole. Okay, well, now you know to get up and move forward again and move around that pothole. It's taught you something. And the other part of that too is the journey. So focusing so much on the end result of getting to where you're going is so daunting, especially when it's so far away. If you kind of just turn your focus inward and you're like appreciating the moment that you are there, like look at the scenery on your way up to the mountain as well. Like you may see a deer, you may see a nice like lake on the side. You would miss all of that if your focus is continually looking at just the end result. And so, for instance, weight loss, like it's hard to struggle. You're like working out and sweating every day. But if you continue to just focus on the end result of like, this is what I want to look like, this is what I want to feel like, this is what I want to be, you will never be able to appreciate the small victories. Like, I did a full push-up today. I mean, that's amazing, you know, like things like that. Okay, so I want to read a little bit here. What did I want to read? So if there's something that you really want, she gave an example of like she took this job and basically kind of lied on her resume to get this job, and then she got it and she was like, oh my God, like what have I done? Like now I've just like lied to all these people. And basically at the end she did it. She did the job. She did the job really well, and she realized like I actually could do it, and I didn't give myself enough credit for actually knowing that I could do something like that I could actually achieve that goal. So she's saying that you don't necessarily have to lie to get what you want, but you're probably lying to yourself if you're not going after it. Because so often when we say we're unqualified for something, what we're really saying is that we're too scared to try it, not that we can't do it. So we're definitely not giving ourselves enough credit for being able to do the thing. I hear this like every single day, like, oh my God, I'm so inspired by your working out. I could never do that. Like, you're working out so hard and you're doing so many crazy things. Like, I could just never do that. And it's like, yeah, you could. You're an able body. You're not handicapped. You're just afraid to try that because it seems too hard. It seems like out of your reach at this point. So most of the time, it's not lack of experience that's holding us back, but rather a lack of determination to do what we need to do to be successful. We put so much energy into coming up with excuses why we can't be, do, or have the things that we want, and designing the perfect distractions to keep us from our dreams. Imagine how far we would get if we just shut up and used all of that energy to go for it instead. So again, we're putting energy into procrastination and other distractions and all of these things that we're saying to ourselves to hold us back. We're putting so much energy into that if we would just redirect our energy into believing in ourselves and just putting a foot forward, we would actually be getting to where we want to be. So here's the good news that she says. Number one, we all know way more than we give ourselves credit for knowing. So that already is such a great little gift for yourself today, that however you believe in yourself today, just know that you're already better and you already know more than you're even giving yourself credit for, because we are all our hardest critic and we are all harder on ourselves than anyone else. Number two, we are drawn to things we are naturally good at, which counts more than having a graduate degree in the subject, by the way. So we are, even if we didn't go to school for instance, Sam and I went to school for acting, and Jordan, and even if we had not gone to school for that, we were drawn to that thing, and we still would have made that a thing that we were doing because we were drawn to it, and we're better at it than we thought we were. We're better at it than we would give ourselves credit for, and because we're drawn to it, we would work on it even if we had not gone to school. Number three, there's no better teacher than necessity. And number four, passion trumps fear. So I'm not going to keep reading on and on and on, but I wanted to get to procrastination because this is a huge deal. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever it is that you want, just